Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the Golf Club 2019. Today we are going to be checking out Cabot Cliffs. This is a LiDAR course and this was designed by Brandon Pugh. So as you can see, it's a par 72. Fairways are soft, greens are normal, green speed is medium fast. We do have tee options here, let's check them out. We've got 4 tee options. We're going to be playing from the black tees, which are playing 6,918 yards. And as always, the conditions are all going to be left in the hands of the golfing gods at default. Now, this is a real course and it has been designed using the LiDAR tool. But this video is for all my Canadian subscribers. Cabot Cliffs Golf Course in Inverness, Nova Scotia, Canada is currently ranked as the #1 course in Canada. Designed by Ben Crenshaw and Bill Coore, this par 72 was a blast to remake using the LiDAR tool. It is amazingly accurate and what a great track. Please enjoy. So I am really looking forward to playing this one. We are going to be using the pro clubs. In the previous video we did use the beginner clubs. I think the pro clubs are probably the most used club set in the Golf Club 2019. Probably the most enjoyable club set to use. But honestly, cannot wait to get into this one. From the screenshots I've seen, we are in for a treat. But it is taking a while to load in. It's normally a good sign. There's been a lot of detail put into the course. But here we go. Hole number 1, par 5, playing 584 yards, stroke index 15. And what a beautiful looking opening hole this is. Clearly the Highlands theme. But you do know in the first 5-6 seconds of the very first hole flyover if a course is going to be worth playing or not. And I tell you something, this is one of the most beautiful opening holes I have seen in a long time. I do really enjoy playing on RCR. But wow. So single figure wins, 7 mile per hour. You do have options here. We can go left or right. Quite a long par 5. Be interesting to see if we can reach this in 2 with the pro clubs. I think I'm going to take the right hand side of the fairway here. Not the best at opening swing lines, but we'll take it. It's going to find the left centre of the fairway. This is probably going to kick right. And hopefully that's going to be a nice angle to go and lay up here. Yeah. We're probably going to be leaving ourselves a flop or a pitch shot. I just want to lay this 2-wood up as close to the green as possible. That 8 mile per hour wind is going to take us slightly right to the left. That's a far better strike there. And that should kick on well on these fairways. And I think it is going to be a flop shot. 36 yards out. Gap wedge is going to be ideal for me. Little slope is going to take us to the right. Just putting a little bit of loft on this. I do tend to put slows or fasts on my flop shots about 80% of the game. Sod's Law, there's a perfect, but distance should be bang on. Get in! Oh, what a start to the round. We do pick up an eagle there. Wow. Flopping that right into the cup. So we do start off with an eagle. Hole number 2, par 4, playing 406 yards, stroke index 13. But wow, guys, look at this course. It is unbelievable. I cannot believe the accuracy of this course. And this is why I like LiDAR. I think LiDAR is quite controversial among some designers. But for me, if it's going to make life easier and you're going to get recreations of real courses like this. I mean, I do my background on RCRs. I've watched YouTube videos. I've seen screenshots. It's a better tee shot as well. And I can tell you something. This looks very accurate. So we've absolutely boomed that tee shot down the fairway. And that's going to leave us with a lob wedge. It's playing 96 yards. Just going to loft this up a touch with that wind. Get it hanging up there. Looking to land this 3 or 4 yards short of the pin and let it kick on. We'll find out how responsive the greens are here. It's a beautiful swing. This should be right at the pin. The greens are very, very responsive, and that is going to earn us a tap-in birdie. And we should move to 3 under par here. So that's our first putt of the round. Great start here, 3 under. And we move on to hole number 3, which is a par 4, playing 393 yards, stroke index 5. But once again, look at this, guys. Unbelievable. YouTube does not do some of these courses justice. It kills the quality of the video. But graphically, this looks unbelievable. Really love the bunkers here as well. They are in play. They're not just for visual aids. Push that one slightly to the right. But as you can see with the player clubs, or should I say the pro clubs and the beginner clubs, you do get away with more errors. If that was the master clubs, I would be punished there. So 110 yards, up 11 feet. Just going to deal off this sand wedge. Hopefully that wind carries us. We did find out from the previous green that these greens are fairly responsive. It's a far better swing line. This is right at the flagstick. This should kick out a good bit, then hopefully sit down. Didn't kick out as much as I would have liked. Must be an uphill slope there. It was an uphill slope, so we've got a 12-foot putt. Green speeds are 162. This one's going to turn to the right. Going to have to play this quite firm. That should really start to turn now. Oh, and it just drops in on the edge. And we move to 4 under through the first 3 holes. What a start to this round. Hole number 4. First of the par 3s. It is a long par 3, playing 219 yards, stroke index 3. Oh my god, guys. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe how beautiful this course looks. So down 26 feet. We're going to have to come down to the 5 hybrids here. Look at the slope there protecting that green. It's really going to take the ball to the left. .5-mile-per-hour wind should take us a little bit to the left also. It's a nice swing. I like the way this is looking. Yardage should be bang on. Is it going to sit? This went on a little bit long. Kicked on a lot further than I would have liked. But we do have a 15-foot putt up 3 inches. This is going to turn to the right. That should start to turn. And I tell you something, the flat stick is on fire. And we do continue this great start to the round where we are 5 under through the first 4 holes. Okay. Hole number 5, short par 4, playing 397 yards, stroke index 11. This is going to be a dogleg left. I love all the detail here. Look at the little ponds that's coming in off the sea. That pin's going to be tucked over on the left-hand side. That bunkers are definitely in play with the wind we've got here. Can we hit the big dog? 7-mile-per-hour wind. It should hold us up. Certainly don't want to land in that huge bunker over there. I don't think we can hit the driver here. Let's have a look at the 2-wood. It's a short par 4. Just going to apply a touch of draw here. Beautiful swing. That draw should start to come around. It is. And we should be rewarded with a wedge into this 5th green. 133 yards, down 16 feet. So let's take 5 yards off of that. Gap wedge. 8-mile-per-hour wind going to take us to the left. Green breaks back on itself. We are on a slight downhill slope, so I'm going to play the gap wedge. I'm going to deal off this. This should land on the 125 yard mark and hopefully kick forward depending on this slope. Oh, I've put a slow on it. It's going to come up short. That's going to come up way short. And that's what happens when you put perfect slows on things. The yardage just totally deteriorates. First mistake of the round. So 17 yards. We're going to flop this, fully loft this up. Looking for about a 90% swing. We get an 85%. So it's just going to come up a little bit short, but we are going to walk away with a par. So it's going to be the first par of the round. Little 3-footer. A little bit of movement in this one. And we are rewarded with the par after a good recovery flop shot. So, hole number 6, par 3. Hardest hole in the course at stroke index 1, playing 173 yards. Look at the beach to our left. Golden sands. Huge bunkers either side here. The bunkers are like craters here. Tough, tough greens also. Going to have to deduct 4 yards off of this. So it's playing 165 yards into that diagonal 6 mile per hour wind. Tough, tough looking green. Just going to deal off the 7 iron a touch because as we've seen, the greens are quite receptive. These normal greens. It's a good strike. Just looking to use the contours of the green here. This should turn to the left. Should get a huge kick here. Is it going to sit down? It should come back off the slope. Come on, ball, come back off. It doesn't, so we were a bit long there. Just a bit too much club there. It's another difficult putt downhill. 162 greens. If that holds its line now, we're good. Oh, wow, it just misses the right-hand side edge of the cup. And we are going to walk away with our second par of the round. And we will remain at 5 under par. So let's move on to hole number 7, which is a long par 5 playing 609 yards, and it is stroke index 9. But the views are unbelievable, guys, and the way this course plays is absolute fantastic. I've been rewarded for every good shot I've played. I've been punished for not playing good shots, as you've seen. And I am really, really enjoying this course. The pro clubs are just so relaxing to use. There's no frustrations. And I guess that's why it's probably the most common used club set on the game. Pushed that one a little bit right, but as you can see, once again, we're not really being punished. And we do find the centre off the fairway. It's another layup shot with a 2-wood. Look at that sun. We were never going to reach these bunkers. So it should be a pitch shot here. Uphill. It's 61 yards to the pin. So lob wedge. Push that one a little bit right. This should bounce and sit down fairly quickly. Just like that. And that is a beautiful pitch shot. And we should pick up the birdie, and we do move to 6 under par. But this course is located on the western side of Cape Breton Island. And hole number 8, back-to-back par 5s here, is a par 5. Stroke index 17, playing 558 yards. And this course is built on land which links the community and the water. The community is the former coal mining town of Inverness, and the water is the Gulf of St. Lawrence. In true links fashion, every hole overlooks the water. So looking for a good tee shot here. We should be able to reach this green in 2. But you can clearly see the Scottish influence on this course. Golf was born in Scotland. But I do love a Highlands themed course. But look at the size of this green. Downhill. The way that green contours, I've pushed it right. That's not going to hold the green. It should just kick off to the right hand side here. This green is going to slope to the right by the looks of things. So that is going to leave us a flop shot. But huge green, that one. So 28 yards out. Just going to fully lop this Sam wedge up. It's a difficult pin position. Challenging green. Oh, beautiful execution. Should check up. It does check up. And we should be walking away with another birdie if we can convert this 5-footer. Certainly no gimme. The greens do have a challenge. And we do convert that birdie putt. And we do get back on track. We are 7 under through 8 holes here. So hole number 9. Final hole of the front 9. It's a very short par 3, playing 123 yards, stroke index 7. Once again, bunkers are in play if you're short. Got a 5 mile per hour wind. I'm just going to take 6 yards off this. So it is playing 117 yards. Going to have to loft this gap wedge up just a touch or two. Allow that wind to bring us round. We have found out that wedges are fairly responsive on these greens. It's a downhill slope. Certainly don't want to come up short, or that bunker's in play. I'm not going to loft it up anymore. It's a true strike. Wind should bring us round. This should be right at it. This should bounce and sit. It does. It's trickled on a little bit. Should have about a 6 to 7 foot putt for birdie here. 7-footer is going to turn to the left. Just got to play this firm. And we do pick up another birdie. And we are 8 under through the front 9. What a fantastic front 9 that was. The gameplay, the course, the views. It had absolutely everything. So let's move on to hole number 10. It is another par 5, playing 556 yards, stroke index 12. But look at this stretch of ocean here, the beach. Wow, guys. This is just unbelievable. So this time the wind's going to be taking us to the right. Just going to apply a touch of draw just to counteract that wind. Hopefully find the left centre of this fairway. That is a beautiful swing line. The draw and the wind counteract each other. And we are in prime location. Not sure if we'll reach this in 260 yards. I tell you what. Oh, how tempting is that? But no. Beautifully designed hole, this one. Just going to apply a touch of draw once again. Push that to the right, but it shouldn't affect us too much in the pro clubs. And that does kick forward, and it should be a flop shot. 42 yards out. Tough green once again, tough pin location. Slope's going to take us to the left. Push that one to the right slightly. Yardage should be good. Is it going to sit? Oh, that's not sat down. So we are going to have a test and putt. Probably 12 to 15 feet this one could be. 12-footer. It is going to break to the right. Slightly uphill. Should hold its line. It does hold its line, and we do make a great start to the back 9 with a birdie. So let's progress to hole number 11, which is a par 4, playing 438 yards, stroke index 10. This looks as if this fairway is uphill and the green should be way above us on our approach shot. But I love how the bunkers have been really strategically placed here. You've really got to have consideration for these bunkers. Tee shots as well, guys, even though I'm not hitting the ball as far as I would with the master clubs. Oh, I've really pushed that right, but there you go. There is the enjoyment of the pro clubs, because I've really pushed that right outside the cone. If that was a master clubs, the most difficult hard set, I'm probably going to be in the rough there. So 152 yards, up 26 feet into a 2 mile per hour wind. So we're going to have to come up to the 7 iron here. Just going to loft this up a touch. We are a slight uphill slope that should move our ball to the right and hold us up. That wind now will slightly move us from left to right. It's a far better strike. This should be right at the pin. Is it going to come back a little bit? Come on. No, it didn't come back, so we're going to have a downhill putt. Really expected that ball to come back there. So this one is going to move to the left. Don't want to play this firm due to the downhill element. That should turn back. It didn't turn back. It turned more to the left than I expected. And we should be picking up a par here. Little 6-footer for the par. And we do remain at 9 under par. So let's move on to hole number 12, which is going to be a par 3. It's a long par 3, playing 244 yards, stroke index 2, making this the second most difficult hole on the course. Once again, bunkers are severely in play, really protecting the green and that pin. Why with the pro clubs? This is going to have to be probably a 2 wood. 232 yards, no, it is extremely downhill. Let's say it's playing 221 yards, 2 iron. Does it have enough? We are really in between clubs here. This could be interesting. I'm going to have to de-loft this 2 iron. This may not have the legs to get there. Bunker could be in play. It's a beautiful strike. Get up. Get up. Oh, wow, we were about a yard from that being a really, really good shot. We took a brave line there. And we've just come up short. So we're going to have to flop this out of the bunker. So once again, there's the risk-reward element of this course. That was about a yard away, even if that had been a really good shot. Get in. Get in. What a touch of genius that is. Wow, and we walk away with birdie. What a shot that was, and we do move to 10 under par. Wow, our second flopping of the round. Hole number 13, par 4, playing 427 yards. I'm not seeing the water in play here. To my research, the water should be visible on every single hole. Unless I've missed something. Could be a misread, but I'm sure on the wiki it did say that water is visible on every single hole. I'm not seeing it at the moment. Probably if I turn round, which I'm not going to do, we would see it. I can certainly hear the water. So 427 yards. It's a great swing. Should really kick forward and right here. But I do love that sound of the ocean crashing on the shore. So it is going to be a gap wedge. It is up 22 feet. Going to have to add on 7 yards here. So 122 yards. We've got a 3 mile per hour wind. Slightly uphill. Just going to loft this up a few touches to really help this ball hang up in the air. Get that wind working for us. Try to fire this one. Left hand side of the pin. Slope's going to take us to the right. Oh, I've pushed that a little bit to the right, and with that, we are going to be right-hand side. That could come up a little bit short. Nope. Yardage was bang on. Just disappointed I pushed that to the right. Wanted to be left-hand side of the pin there. Not the most difficult of putts though. 10-footer up 3 inches. It is going to move to the left. We've played it firm. And it stays true. And we do pick up the birdie there. So we do remain, or should I say move on to 11. And I'm going to say we do remain 11 under. That was a birdie. Hole number 14 is another par 3. 193 yards, stroke index 6. Stunning views here. Absolutely stunning. Once again, look at these bunkers protecting these greens. We do have a bit of an insurance policy if we are long. The green will come back on itself. I'm going to come down to the 5-iron here. It's playing 187 yards. Certainly want to be right-hand side of the flagstick. It's a beautiful, clean strike. Tell you something, I like the look of this. Get down. This should really turn towards the pin. And that is a fantastic tee shot. Probably looking about an 8 to 9 foot putt for birdie here. Once again, downhill. The greens are challenging, but not too extreme. This would put us to 12 under par if it turns. It does turn, and we do move to 12 under par. So, let's move on to hole number 15, which is going to be another par 5. And it is playing 566 yards, stroke index 16. Tighter fairway here to begin with than what we've seen throughout the course. And then probably after about 150 yards, it really opens up. That bunker could well be within driving distance for us. We will have to come to the left or right of that. And once again, these greens are well protected by bunkers and the open elements. Let's see if this bunker is drivable. It is, but we're hopefully going to come to the right side of this bunker. Just going to deal off the driver a bit. Hopefully we can reach this green in 2, depending on the bunker that we've seen guarding. I don't like how this club's coming back. Oh, I've pushed that right. But once again, with the pro clubs, you're not punished too much. It will be interesting to see if we can carry this bunker. It may hinder our approach shot here with us kicking on from the fairway. Oh no, it looks like we can convincingly carry it. So 240 yards. Looks like the green turns slightly to the left once we do kick on. Looking to land this just in front of the green to the right hand side. Good strike. This should really kick on aggressively for us. Should have a good line here. Green should start to turn slightly towards the pin, just like you're seeing, and that is going to set us up for an eagle opportunity here. 19 feet. This one is going to turn to the left. It's got a chance. Have we played it firm enough? Oh, how did that not go in? That looked as if it went over the right hand side off the cup. That looked to me like it should have dropped. It will be interesting to watch that one back. Wow, that was bizarre, the movement of that ball, because it looks like the break shouldn't have moved it as quickly as that. But we do pick up the birdie and we move to 13 under par with 3 holes to play. So hole number 16, par 3, playing 170 yards, stroke index 4. I've really enjoyed the par 3s. There's been lots of variations in length and challenge to them. Certainly don't want to find the right hand side of this green. If so, you're going to have to go scuba diving if you want to keep your ball. So 172 yards, it's playing 170 to the flag. I think 7-iron's perfect. Let's have another look at the way the green turns. Green really breaks to the right here. Just going to loft this 7-iron up a touch. Try and get this to the left hand side of the flag. Beautiful strike. Wind should take us round. It's coming in a little bit hot, but hopefully it does sit down. Should turn. And that is a really good approach shot. I don't think we could have asked for much better. It should be about an 8 to 9 foot putt for birdie here. 10-footer. Downhill slightly. But once again, there is a challenge to these greens. You've got to take your time. That should turn. It does turn right into the heart of the cup, and we do pick up another birdie. And we move to 14 under par. So, hole number 17 of Cabot Cliffs is a short par 4 playing 331 yards. This looks like the fairway slopes all the way downhill here. It'll be interesting to see if we can drive this. But once again, the bunker's well protected. Maybe they're going to eliminate that opportunity to drive this green. I think it may well be close. The wind is in our favour. It's downhill slightly. I think if we play a touch of fade here, we can kick onto this. Look at the way the green contours. It turns to the right. So I'm just looking to use that green to our advantage and get this ball landing on the green and turning towards the pin. That is a fantastic swing line. Absolute laser beam. This should kick hard right. If we find this slope, this should really set up an eagle opportunity. Come on, turn towards the pin. What a shot that is. If it sits, is it going to stop? We're probably going to have a 10 to 12 foot putt for eagle here. This would put us to 16 under par. 10-footer. A little bit of movement. Just going right edge of the flagstick of the cup. Should turn. It does turn, and we pick up an eagle, and we are now 16 under par with a par 5 left to play. If we eagle the last hole, 18 under is what I class as a perfect round. What can you class as a perfect round? I mean, if you shoot 18 under, that's the equivalent of birdie every hole. So let's see if we can really kick on now and get this so-called perfect round. But hole 18 is the easiest hole in the course. Par 5, 530 yards. Water and the beach to our right-hand side. It does look like a fairly straightforward hole. I'm convinced we should be able to reach this in 2 comfortably. The wind should be slightly behind us. Tighter fairway here. The fairway's going to kick to the right. I would love to walk away. I've pushed that slightly to the right, but once again with the pro clubs, there's no real severe punishment. This should kick right. Should be reaching this way with 2 iron. 214 yards. Wind's behind us. I think we're going to have to come down to 5 hybrid. Hopefully this kicks on. Ball's going to move to the right. Green turns to the right also once we get closer to the flag. It's another fantastic strike. I like the line this is taking. I like the line this is taking. Tell you something. It can stop anytime now. We could well be on for this so-called perfect round. We're probably going to have a 9-foot putt. 8-foot putt for eagle. Just going to take my time with this one. It's going to turn to the left. It is uphill. Turn. It does turn, and we do shoot an 18 under par. Something I class as a perfect round. Wow, look at that for the scorecard, guys. 10 under on the back 9, 8 under on the front 9, and what a fantastic round. What a fantastic course. That is one of the best courses I have played on the game, one of the best RCRs. But that is it for today's round, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please, please, please leave a like. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe button. For me, that is 100% a favourite and a 5-star. That is it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this. Until the next video, take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.